right, welcome back. It is Legally Blind Journal number 29, the journey from fully sighted to legally blind. And just jumping right in where things are at this week and whatnot. So, good news is still holding at about 12 to 13 inches on the functional vision for the reading side of things. So that's a positive. Not complaining about that at all. And going into the first holiday season with being blind, and so obviously there's that can be some challenges in that, in the respects that I don't drive, so and a lot of people drive to a lot of different places during the holiday, and so we just had to think about some things differently. And my spouse doesn't like to drive in the dark, and I don't blame her for that at all, much less highways. So no big deal. Just adjust some plans around a little bit, and hey, you know what? Just finding new ways to do old things. So it's all good with that. Did some things, got some things in. So let's talk a little bit about that. Got a Braille, there we go. Braille label maker in. And for anybody on a podcast side, I'm holding up a Braille label maker. I can't pronounce it to save my life. It's a REIZEN version, and it works pretty good. It's very simple. You can find them on Amazon for that matter. But that said, basically you just simply set the dial to what you want it to be, if I could hold that properly. And then once the dial's set to what you want it to be, you squeeze really hard on bottom trigger, and it imprints a piece of sticky label, tape, whatever. And then you turn the dial and imprint away. And then when you're all done, you turn it to a cut setting and hold real tight, and it just cuts the tape. And then excuse me, basically what comes out is a little piece of adhesive tape with Braille imprints on it for whatever you typed out. Now, so far I found this just in the original tape, which is essentially a clear tape when you peel off the backing. And I understand why on one hand, but I'll say this. I was trying to find, I'm still looking to see if I can find a yellow tape so that it doesn't disappear. Like if you stick that onto a white refrigerator, I'm just making an example, and you're trying to learn Braille and you have the letter F embossed upon it. You got to memorize where you put everything. And that's really what I do anyway with the vision. But if it was a nice bright contrast, it'd be a little easier to find as I'm learning. So, who knows? I might find some that are different color, but for right now, I'm just happy to have it. I was very limited in the amount of things with letters that I could label before and whatnot. So now I can put the first letter on everything and then work my way up from there that I want to. So watch out. The dogs may have a D on them when they're running around. Who knows? Put a label on everything. So. So that's what's in the pictures, in the top 3 pictures, if you can see those. So really happy to finally have that, and can kind of move forward with getting some more things labeled and really get the Braille thing moving again. Kind of took a hiatus on that for last month or so, and I got to get back into that. So this will be a good spur on for that. So happy it came in. And then the upper right-hand corner, went and did a journey with a buddy of mine through the farm. Had a back line of property that didn't really know exactly where it ended. And the thing was that I could follow the new survey lines, but then those only went in about 100, 200 feet. And after that, those stopped, and there were old survey lines Problem with the old ones is, they were basically old rotted out sticks with some with worn out pink flags that weren't really pink anymore, and some with just the stick. And for me, I was having a lot of trouble. Well, trouble's the wrong word. I wasn't finding the old survey stuff. So my buddy came out and helped me connect the dots, no pun intended, between the front and the back lines. So now we get the survey lines all marked out, which is great. So now I know where the property ends. And from there, I'm planning on walking in fence posts and putting up fence posts with and spray painting bright orange on them, so that I can know for forevermore where it stops, and maybe put I'll put something on there so that I can tell that I'm approaching it. So that'll be good. And then in the bottom left hand corner is a campfire. It was beautiful. It was cold as sin. It was winter solstice when this was taken. And yeah, it got really, really cold in southern Georgia. So we're out there camping and whatnot after getting that done. And it gave me a good opportunity for the next 3 pictures along the bottom. And this is a good thing because if you got somebody who's not visually impaired, this might help a little bit to understand what you're, what somebody's seeing. And I say obviously everybody's visually impaired differently. It's a spectrum. Not everybody's going to have the same by any means. So I don't mean to imply that. But for me, what I see versus what I'm not in this respect. So the first picture in the middle might just look like a black picture to you with a little white dot in it. And the reality is that's what I was seeing when my buddy was talking about the night sky and how lit up it was and whatnot. Well, that's what I was actually seeing. So then the next 2 pictures are with taking pictures of it with my phone, and I had him look at the first one and the second one. And, he was like, no, man, it's the second. You can see the little dipper and all these things. Well, that's just it. My eyes weren't picking up the light like that. So I put on those night vision goggles and looked up at the sky. And, of course, they enhance light quite a bit. And then I was able to see what he was able to see, just differently. And so, that's a contrast to say, look, there's it's a difference, but there was a way. And the key here is that there was a way for me to participate. And, it's, you can look at those pictures and go, man, that sucks. It's, the not seeing the beauty in the last 2. And, or you can go, hey, found a different way to get the same thing done. Grab a phone, take a picture, and let the phone do the enhancements, which, that works. Grab the MVG goggles without the night vision turned on, just using the day, it enhances out, and it looks very, very similar to what he was seeing with his eyes. So definitely just able to do it in a different way. And that seems to be the key for me, is to keep on figuring out new ways to do old things and keep a good head on, try and stay positive with it. I'm not going to lie. It's hard. It's literally what it is. If when I feel like I'm thinking about the negative side too much, then it almost sounds cliche or silly, but it works and it's real. I just have to focus in on, well, let's shake that off, stupid, laugh at myself, find a better way, if there is a way, and there normally is, for me to do it, and be okay with it. I just do it a different way. And, you might not have to do some extra steps. You might not have to wear NVG goggles to see the night sky, and I do. You know what? Okay, whatever. And then laugh at yourself. That's a big thing. I will say I went on a trip, lost my driver's license at TSA. First time that's ever happened, and this whole big hubbub about that. I, ordered a new license and the whole nine. Great news is after all that, my new ID came in the mail yesterday. And when it came, and a couple hours before it had come in the mail, I was trying to show my buddy something, and lo and behold, in the back of my wallet, in a spot I've never put anything, license-wise, that's for sure, driver's license, IDs, whatever's. Apparently I was in such a tizzy at the TSA because they were doing some bomb sweep on me and all kinds of crap that I don't normally go through, and the porter had never escorted a blind person before, so we were, working through some things with that. Apparently, I just not thinking. I stuck it into the wrong spot, and then when I was looking for it, my eyes didn't pick it up when I was, looking through the cards, and so I had the whole thing. I had it the entire time, and you could be bummed out about that, or you could beat yourself up about that, or you can laugh about it and go, "Well, there you go, man." I've been looking for my ID for weeks, and I've had it on me for weeks. So, at any rate, best thing I can say is find a way to stay positive. Don't think about the negatives. There are negatives, of course there are. Acknowledge them, because you got to acknowledge them to be able to move past them. But then just find a better way for you, and find a way that works for you, and then focus on that. And that's what I'm working to do. Y'all be good out there. Peace out, Girl Scout.